October the 6th, 2023. Guys, quick update. The storm is tracking almost in the same place it was in the earlier videos where it's coming ashore. Speed's about the same. It is a hurricane now. Most of you know that. But Sarasota County is really starting to focus in on this, and this is what's called Know Your Evacuation Level, and it's called from Sarco Maps. I will put a link to this. It's important. And you've got color codes over here. Evacuation level A is red, B is orange, down the line to light blue. And you've got special evacuation events. When you come here, now you can move this out of your way because you actually have the same code here. It's going to give you, like, red is level A, and that's what they're already talking about, mandatory evacuations. If I'm not mistaken, Manatee schools are going to be closed starting Monday, and in order to give people time to prepare or evacuate. Also in this map, speaking of evacuations, the blue roads are evacuation routes, guys. A lot of you are familiar with it. You may have some folks there that are either vacationing or new to the area, but these are the roads that they're expecting. And again, this may go further down into Port Charlotte area, but this is from Sarasota County, okay? And we are looking at that storm coming into this area right through here. And that's what kind of what they're looking at. Venice Gardens is here, Northport, Inglewood's here, and Guff Gate Estates. But all the outer islands, you're in the evacuation level A. We'll read that in just a moment. I'm going to link you to this and to an article from, I think, some of the local news or weather people there. And then you go into the evacuation level B. It just as it moves back offshore, maybe higher elevations, things like that. But notice in some of these areas here, guys, and again, with Port Charlotte, you're going to be doing the same thing with your evacuations. More than likely, this thing is not going to just affect this county line, but you've got some very large red box. And what they were talking about, let me pull that back right here for just a moment. That's a special evacuation level when you got the red box, kind of like a tornado warning. And they are really in this area here. This is War Mineral Springs, North Point, Tarpon Point right there. And all of this, guys, is in special evacuation warnings. It must be very low-lying. It looks like it is. You have those red boxes here going up through Jelks Preserve. You have those all along the, what is this, the Nokomis Beach. See these zones right here? These are special evacuation orders, a code above the level red right there. And again, the same thing goes for north of Sarasota County, guys. Here's Bradenton, Bayshore Gardens, Robinson Preserve, Bradenton Beach out here. Watch for all of this to move that way. Again, this is just a county location, and they're more than likely going to take the direct hit. But don't let that fool you. And what we're going to be seeing, here's a special alert out on the island here. This is Longboat Key. Right here, it looks like, you got some apartments out there or subdivision, something like that. I've never been to this part of Florida. I've been to Sarasota, and I've been to the beach there, but I'm not that familiar with this area here. But Longboat Key, North Lido Beach Park, Lido Beach, South Lido Park and Nature Center. Looks like Edwards Islands, Big and Little, all of this area, Siesta Key. If you get past the colors here, you've got, again, the red blocks further inland. I'm not sure why this is here, guys. Is it very low-lying in that area? You've got Clark Road here, and this is 75. And both sides of that are special evac orders. You back this out. You've got them up here. Again, this subdivision, this would be Fordville. Right there, 75, and it looks like, I can't tell the road there. 750, maybe Fruitville Road. There you go. That'll work. But anyway, I'm going to link to this, and we're going to take a quick look at the satellite images while we're here. But, again, take heed of these warnings because this thing could be stronger. Now, I haven't seen all the information coming from the local weather people there, but I'm getting information from you guys in the comments that they're talking about this thing could be a great disaster, biblical proportions. So this could change, but right now, guys, anywhere in this red area, get out of Dodge. I would say anywhere in any of these colored zones, you want to move, because if it comes in there as strong as we're thinking about, you're going to be without water and power for a long time. I think I read in the comments maybe this morning that someone had been without power 7 days, without power and water, down where Helene came into Florida before, and and they don't want it. They don't want to have to deal with it again, and I understand why. I will put this link in the comment section. Now, here's a good link, guys, if you're in that area, especially, or you got friends or family there and you want to help them keep up to date, especially if they start losing power. It's called the Sarasota Herald-Tribune. Right there, you see that? And this is updated 3:56 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, it's got, again, live updates. Manatee also closes schools ahead of Hurricane Milton. Evacuations are ordered. So go to Manatee County at the Sarco maps and see what they have. But, guys, as soon as they issue the storm surge warnings and things like that, I will get that up. But right now, again, the evacuations are there. The latest update, Milton is forecast to become a Category 3 hurricane with winds of 125 before it makes landfall on Wednesday. Sarasota and Manatee counties are currently directly in the storm's forecast track. See the latest forecast, and that's what we had. It hasn't changed from the last one, but they have some forecast maps here. There are sandbags. It's got a link here. You can click to where you find the sandbag locations in Sarasota and Manatee County. Evacuations. The city of Anna Marie will order a mandatory evacuation at noon tomorrow. Sarasota County will call for evacuations for people living in Level A and potentially Level B. That goes back to the map. Remember, Level A is red, B is going into the orange. So save that link also. Here's how to find your evacuation routes in the levels in Sarasota County and Manatee County. A lot of information here. Sarasota County has announced schools will close starting Monday. Manatee County is also closing schools starting Monday. Guys, if you don't have a plan right now, you may want to, call out, find some friends or family, get a motel room further up towards Jacksonville or something like that. And we're not saying that it can't turn, but right now this is where the warnings are. And staying on the Sarasota Herald-Tribune, you can scroll down and they have a lot of pictures from Helene. A lot of people think mainly of the Panhandle, but remember how many millions of people were without power? These are pictures of the Helene flooding and damage in Sarasota and Manatee. Hurricane Helene, Sarasota, and Manatee counties saw widespread damage after Helene, especially on the barrier islands. So if you're back there, you need to get out of there right away. You're in the Level A, the red zones. But, guys, look at this. And you didn't take a direct hit. A lot of those mobile homes probably would not be there that you see in this picture. Now, before we go to the latest satellite images, let's just take a look. This is the 1:48 p.m. Eastern Time update. So, guys, it's about 3 hours old already. But at that time, Hurricane Milton was at 80 miles per hour. And so you're not far from. Now, let's take a quick look at the National Hurricane Center map just for a moment. They haven't updated it in a few hours. Not much has changed. It is showing that Milton, and hope it doesn't go to Milton, Florida. Anyway, 1 p.m. Central Time, it was at 80 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure, 988 millibars. It is moving east at 6 miles an hour. Remember, that's double from yesterday. Now, the 80 mile per hour is good in the Cat 1 up to 96. 96, you go to Cat 2, 111, Cat 3. Cat 4 is 130, and Cat 5 is 157. It's predicted to have Cat 5 gust. Are you listening in the trailer parks? I hope you are. Anywhere in that area. Now, in the infrared, you can tell the definite motion now to the right. Look at everything shifting. Even the rotation of the center. Again, it's going to be a Category 2 very quickly. We're seeing a new height reached. Watch those storms, and it's going to recycle, and watch right there. It's because the thing's getting stronger. Florida, you're already getting saturated. You didn't have much time to dry out at all. A lot of power was taken down. We're going to check that map and look at the map that's north of here up into the mountains, because they're talking about some places will be a year without power. First, you got to rebuild bridges and get trucks in, and highways are gone, and roads are gone. It's bad. Where it didn't flood, there were landslides and things like that, mudslides. And moving to the water vapor loop, you can very clearly see where this boundary is right there, guys. It looks like smoke right there, but this is dry air in the yellow here, and that's why we have pretty nice weather. It's warm, but it could be worse. And we got cooler air moving in up in the mountains again, going to be in the 40s, I think, tomorrow. So this is what's setting up Florida again in this Blue River, let's just say, and everything's being fed into it right now, is moving over the entire state, including southeastern Alabama and half of Georgia. Georgia, you don't really need any more help at all, but it's just how much impact. This is kind of a precursor of what's coming. This area, this river again of moisture, and this, you can tell where it's really centered at here, and then these waves here. But notice in the last few frames, a whole new wave is popping up right through here. So you're getting rain now, more's coming, it's going to saturate things, and then this monster is going to be right on top of you before you know it. Now let's take a quick close-up look at this. You saw it earlier in the video when it was winding up in here, but in the last few frames, you see again the side cloud right here in the basically the bad side of the hurricane northeast quadrant. You see that higher cloud right there. That's what it's just going to keep building like that. I don't see anything that's going to slow it down. I don't think the Yucatan is going to have any effect on it. Guys, I also noticed in the comments from the last video that some of you guys are going in there and helping some of the GoFund drives. And what they're trying to do is put clothing on people, get the propane in, food and water, things like that, medicines, whatever they can get. So every little bit's a help. That's, $5, $10, whatever it is, it can help someone. Now, this is what they're dealing with still. You've got 103,821 meters out in Georgia. South Carolina, 89,979. North Carolina, 145,967. Guys, I've been through there. I've stayed in Cherokee a couple of times. I've been up to Clingman's Dome, over into Gatlinburg. Beautiful, beautiful areas, and the rivers that go through there. I think some of the Olympics were held in that area. You'd be coming back south or southwest out of Cherokee along that mountain ridge, and that winding road's beautiful. And a lot of that's gone, and these people need as much help as we can get. If there was if the roads weren't so bad, it would be a lot easier, because I think a lot of things are getting turned around, and because there's nowhere to put them. We talked about that earlier. Now, in Alabama, it's not red, but you still have 6,422 people out. And if you click on Florida, they've really done quite a job. Do you think you at 3 million maybe at one time? I can't remember exactly, guys. But Taylor County out 298, 210, Suwannee County, and Hamilton County 228. Fantastic job getting the power back on with the strength of that storm. This map is going to start lighting up in a couple of days. And guys, when you're talking about the power outages, life is not what you think it is. You don't have power or air conditioning. A lot of times there's no water, if you even have a roof on. So you need to get out, watch it from somewhere else, a friend or family or hotel room further north. Don't go too far north, directly above here, because they've got enough trouble on their hands. But this is going to change, so just be aware of that. And then, guys, going back to the main map, and I clicked on North Carolina. Customers tracked like 5,392,000, 145,672 again out. You can see where the damage was done. I'm not going to go through the counties, but you've got Transylvania County, 5,000, 21,000 Henderson. You've got 70,000 in Macomb, 6,000 in Yancey, 8,000 in Mitchell County, Avery County 17. Over here you've got 1,143 out in Madison. Watauga County, you've got 5,674. And here in Ashe County, now the damage goes beyond this. I think West Virginia's got some problems too. But again, if you can help those folks, do it. Again, there's the link that I put in the video before this seems to be going to some good folks, and they're raising money to do exactly what we were talking about. They're talking about the cold weather coming in, needing the propane bottles, the clothing, the food, the clothes, and the medicine. Let's don't forget them. The government is not stepping in, and I think it was a bad mistake. They may have a couple reasons they're not helping. They said that most of the money had been spent from FEMA going overseas. But anyway, they are not being any help at all as far as what I'm hearing. Most of you probably hearing the same thing, more of a hindrance. You had Pete, the whatever he is, the transportation secretary, tell the people at one time, don't use private drones. It's like they don't want you up in there to find anybody or to help them out at all. They want to take that land, and they want to delay any way they can or hinder what's about to happen on November the 5th. We're watching this, guys. You watch it. As the updates come in this afternoon, I'll be here and I'll get them to you. Be safe.